The breaking news alert flashes across screens worldwide, interrupting regular programming and sending a ripple of anxiety through living rooms, offices and public spaces. News anchors scramble to deliver the latest updates, their voices urgent, as headlines scroll across the bottom of every screen. The world's attention is suddenly fixed on a remote stretch of ocean, thousands of miles away, but now at the center of global concern. Chinese Coast Guard rams Philippine supply boat near Second Thomas Shoal. The footage is raw and unfiltered, showing the moment of impact as metal grinds against metal, and the Philippine vessel lurches violently in the water. The confrontation is not just a clash of ships, but a collision of national pride and territorial claims. It's early morning, and the sea is shrouded in mist. On live video, we see a Chinese ship, painted in stark white and blue, closing in on a smaller Philippine vessel. The fog blurs the horizon, making it hard to tell where the sky ends and the water begins. The tension is palpable, as every movement is watched by millions, and every second feels stretched by uncertainty. Sirens blare. Orders are shouted over static-filled radios, and for a moment, two worlds collide in a spray of salt water and steel. The screech of hulls scraping together echoes across the waves, a sound that signals not just danger, but the possibility of escalation. Crew members scramble to maintain control, their voices barely audible over the chaos. On deck, sailors grip the rails, bracing for impact. Cameras capture faces filled with fear and resolve. Each sailor knows the risks, but their determination is clear. They are defending more than just a ship. They are standing up for their country's sovereignty. The tension is written in every clenched jaw and furrowed brow. Half a world away, families in Manila watch helplessly, waiting for news. Parents hold their children close, friends exchange anxious glances, and everyone wonders what will happen next. The sense of helplessness is overwhelming, as loved ones hope for safety and pray for peace, knowing that the fate of those at sea could change in an instant. It's not just a collision, it's a message. "We will not back down," says a Philippine officer into the camera, voice trembling but defiant. His words echo the sentiments of a nation determined to stand its ground, no matter the odds. The officer's resolve is mirrored by officials and citizens alike, all united in their call for respect and justice. This isn't the first time tensions have boiled over. The South China Sea has seen countless standoffs, each one a reminder of the fragile peace that hangs over these contested waters. But this scene marks a new level of danger, as both sides seem unwilling to yield, and the stakes have never felt higher. The world holds its breath, knowing one misstep could ignite a wider conflict. In capitals around the globe, leaders monitor the situation closely, weighing their options and preparing for possible fallout. Ordinary people, too, are glued to their screens, aware that what happens here could shape the future of the entire region. The South China Sea is more than a map. Right now, it's a flashpoint. It's a place where history, politics, and human lives intersect, and where the next move could determine the course of events for years to come. As ships maneuver and nations watch, the world waits, hoping for calm, but bracing for what might come next. Every morning, as the first light breaks over the horizon, Filipino sailors and fishermen rise before dawn. They prepare their boats, check their nets, and say quiet goodbyes to their families, not knowing what the day will bring. For them, the sea is both a source of life and a place of constant uncertainty. Out on the open water, the risks are ever present. One wrong move can mean disaster. Chinese ships patrol aggressively, their presence a constant reminder of the tension that hangs over these waters. Warnings echo over loudspeakers, blaring through the salty air. Sometimes these warnings escalate. Water cannons are unleashed or boats are rammed, sending shockwaves through the small fishing communities that depend on these waters for survival. For these men and women, every patrol is a test of nerves. The line between a routine day at sea and an international incident is razor thin. A single miscalculation could spark a confrontation with global consequences. Back home, families wait anxiously. Every ring of the phone, every message, could bring news they dread. Mothers, fathers, and children live with the constant anxiety that their loved ones might not return. Children ask their mothers, "When will Papa come home?" Their innocent questions hang in the air, unanswered, as mothers try to reassure them while hiding their own fears. The risks are real and deeply personal. Yet, despite the dangers, these sailors and fishermen continue to set sail. They are guided by a sense of duty, by the promise of sovereignty, and by the hope that their work will secure a better future for their families and their country. But why does the world care so much about these troubled waters? Why do headlines from Manila to Washington to Beijing focus on this remote stretch of sea? The answer lies in the South China Sea's immense importance. It is a lifeline for global trade. 1/3 of all shipping passes through these waters, carrying goods, fuel, and resources to every corner of the world. Beneath the waves, vast reserves of oil and gas promise energy security for whoever controls them. Above, the sea teems with fish that feed millions, supporting entire economies and cultures. Whoever controls this sea wields enormous influence, not just over territory, but over the flow of commerce, energy, and food. The stakes are high, and the competition is fierce. It's not just about lines on a map. The stakes are economic, strategic, and deeply human. Every decision made here ripples outwards, affecting livelihoods, national security, and the hopes of ordinary people. Every day, ordinary people stand on a front line that could shape the future for everyone. Their courage and resilience remind us that behind every headline, there are real lives at stake, lives that could determine the fate of a region, and perhaps the world. China's military presence in the South China Sea is massive, and its influence stretches across thousands of miles of contested waters. The sheer scale of its operations is impossible to ignore, as warships and support vessels move with precision and purpose, projecting power far beyond China's shores. Huge maritime militia fleets shadow every move of foreign vessels. These so-called fishing boats are often equipped with advanced communications and sometimes even light arms, blurring the line between civilian and military. Their coordinated maneuvers create a constant, watchful presence, making it clear that China's reach extends well beyond its official navy. The Chinese Navy, the Plan, operates advanced destroyers, missile frigates, and stealth corvettes. These ships are equipped with state-of-the-art radar, anti-ship missiles, and electronic warfare systems, making them formidable opponents in any naval confrontation. Their growing numbers and technological sophistication have shifted the balance of power in the region. On artificial islands, radar domes and runways bristle with missiles and fighter jets. These outposts, built atop reefs and shoals, serve as unsinkable aircraft carriers, extending China's military reach deep into the heart of the South China Sea. They are fortified with anti-aircraft batteries, missile launchers, and hardened shelters, turning once empty waters into heavily defended strongholds. The numbers are daunting. China boasts more than 340 warships, making it the world's largest navy by sheer hull count. This massive fleet is supported by a growing submarine force, amphibious assault ships, and replenishment vessels, allowing China to sustain operations far from its home ports. Hypersonic missiles can hit targets hundreds of miles away, traveling at speeds that make them nearly impossible to intercept. These cutting-edge weapons give China the ability to strike swiftly and decisively, threatening both ships at sea and bases on land. Drones and underwater vehicles patrol unseen, gathering intelligence and tracking foreign ships. These unmanned systems operate day and night, providing real-time data to commanders and enhancing China's situational awareness across the region. Each move is backed by satellites, cyber units, and relentless surveillance. China's military command centers are filled with operators monitoring live feeds, analyzing data, and coordinating responses. This networked approach ensures that no activity in the South China Sea goes unnoticed. China's strategy is clear: build, intimidate, and dominate. By rapidly constructing bases and deploying overwhelming force, Beijing aims to deter rivals and assert control over disputed waters. They use gray zone tactics, harassment just below the level of open war. Coast Guard ships and maritime militia swarm foreign vessels, block access to fishing grounds, and create constant tension, all while avoiding direct conflict. When needed, they escalate. The message is simple: this is ours. Warning shots, aggressive maneuvers, and shows of force leave little doubt about China's intentions. The hardware sends a warning to every rival, especially the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations. Each deployment is a reminder that China is prepared to defend its claims with overwhelming firepower if challenged. Yet, might alone doesn't always decide who prevails. Even the strongest dragon can face surprises. In these contested waters, determination, alliances, and strategy can sometimes tip the scales, reminding us that the future remains uncertain. The Philippines cannot match China ship for ship or jet for jet, but Filipino sailors and fishermen know these waters. They use speedboats and wooden outriggers, small, fast, and hard to spot. Every reef and shoal is familiar territory. Local knowledge is a secret weapon. When confronted, they use creative tactics. Fishermen slip past blockades in the dark. Coast Guard crews record every encounter, broadcasting Chinese aggression to the world. Sometimes they use legal paper boats, official protests, and court cases to make their stand. These aren't just desperate measures, they are smart, flexible, and persistent. The Philippine approach is about survival, not just confrontation. It's a blend of courage, cunning, and community. They may be outgunned, but they are rarely outwitted. Every day, Filipinos prove that the underdog can still bite. History is full of moments where smaller nations defied giants. In 1805, the British Navy, outnumbered, beat Napoleon at Trafalgar. Vietnam, with fewer resources, outlasted both France and the United States. Finland's Winter War saw outnumbered Finnish forces stall a Soviet invasion. These successes share a pattern. Underdogs used terrain, creativity, and willpower. They relied on unity and surprise, not just firepower. The defenders knew what they were fighting for. That made them dangerous adversaries, even for mighty foes. The Philippines draws on the same spirit. They remember their own past, fighting colonizers, resisting occupation, and surviving disasters. Each episode is proof that size isn't everything. Determined people fighting for home can make history. So when Philippine sailors face down China, they stand in a long line of unlikely heroes. In towns and cities across the Philippines, unity is the real backbone of resistance. When news of a new sea clash breaks, communities rally, churches pray, students hold vigils, social media fills with hashtags like on West PHC and protect sovereignty. This unity starts at home. Families support their loved ones on the front lines, sending messages, prayers, and supplies. Even overseas Filipinos join in, raising awareness and calling for support. The sense of bayanihan, community spirit, turns fear into strength. It's not just words. Volunteers organize legal campaigns, fundraise for Coast Guard gear, and share real-time updates. Every act, big or small, says, "We stand together." The Filipino spirit is not easily broken. It is a shield as strong as any warship's armor. This unity gives every sailor, every fisherman the strength to face giants. The Philippines is not alone in this struggle. The United States, a longtime ally, has made clear its support. American warships patrol nearby. Mutual defense treaties promise help if the Philippines is attacked. Japan, Australia, and other countries also voice support. These alliances bring more than just military weight. Training, intelligence sharing, and joint exercises strengthen the Philippines. International law, backed by allies, puts pressure on China. When global leaders condemn aggression, China must think twice. The world is watching. That spotlight makes it harder for China to act unchecked. Even small gestures, from diplomatic notes to joint patrols, send a message. The Philippines is not alone. Every alliance is another brick in the wall of resistance. In this high-stakes game, friends matter as much as firepower. The fight is not just on the water, it's online. Every clash is filmed, shared, and debated in real time. Videos of confrontations go viral within minutes. Hashtags trend globally. The court of public opinion shapes how governments act. Social media empowers ordinary Filipinos. They document abuses, organize protests, and demand accountability. When the world sees the risks Filipinos face, sympathy grows. International pressure can force diplomatic action, even from reluctant leaders. China knows this too. They try to control the story, using fake accounts and propaganda. But truth spreads fast. Every recorded incident is a weapon. In the age of smartphones, information is as important as any missile. Winning the narrative can change the outcome of real battles. China may have more ships and weapons, but power is not just steel and numbers. Every move in the South China Sea carries risks. A single mistake could draw the world into conflict. Sanctions, trade loss, and isolation threaten China's ambitions. For the Philippines, morale is a secret weapon. Unity, courage, and smart tactics give their fight meaning. The cost of losing is unthinkable, so they refuse to give in. Allies, social media, and global support amplify their voice. In the end, victory is not guaranteed by hardware alone. It is decided by the will to resist, the ability to adapt, and the power of unity. The Philippines may be the underdog, but as history shows, spirit and resolve can move mountains, even against a giant.